But in all our getting, God, we would get understanding. So God, understanding being translucent. We thank you for a relaxed atmosphere, God, just open to your wisdom and to your instruction. So we thank you for your guidance to this evening. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Okay, all right. All right. So, anybody got anything specific they want to put on the floor? Any questions? It don't matter.
I guess the stigmatism about mental illness in the black community.
You got to speak up.
The stigmatism about mental illness in the black community.
Okay, what do you mean when you say stigma?
I mean, a lot of black people don't want to be labeled mentally ill, and they kind of just always keep it hush. They don't want to be labeled crazy. To that degree.
Wow. Well, I guess when you think about it, don't think about it. They use other terms like I'm dealing with my demons. So when you think about it from that standpoint, well, how do we classify it then? If you want to say you're dealing with a demon or whatever your personal struggles you have, you identify it as demons, where would that place exist? It's a dialogue, girl.
Yeah.
Where would that place exist? I'm asking a question. Now, y'all know, come on, answer it. In your mind, right? So your mind, essentially now, is up into the battleground. It's the focal point of life. It's the center of life's command. It's where thoughts transcend and everything else. So quite naturally, if I'm going to go through something, it's in my mind. I can only localize stuff from a biblical standpoint. Let's say 2 times I know that I can know the Bible. You can kind of gauge it as somewhat looking like mental illness. Okay, here we got Jesus, all right? Here we got Jesus. Jesus is supposed to be led by the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. Now, we don't know if a real devil like physically appeared or was he just out in the mountain and talking to himself. Okay, then you got another case where Jesus walks in this graveyard and there's this man, and this man, he was once in somebody's family. You got to be born, so he was born in somebody's family. And he's out there, he lived in the graveyard. And it says that he had suicidal tendencies. How you know that? Because he liked to cut himself. He had a real, couldn't nobody deal with it. Okay, he was extra super strong, and he was looked at as, and we know that there's some mental activity going on. So when you think about it, in the new term, like I hear people say, well, I'm dealing with my demons. So I guess your demon is going to be something mentally that you're struggling with. I don't know. What y'all think? It's a dialogue. Same church. It's a dialogue. Y'all got stuff on your mind. You're just sitting there looking. What's on your mind?
Pastor, I think if you're dealing with stuff like that in your mind, it is actually just, I say, a lot more in your mind, the way you think that you can overcome whatever this is that's continually talking to you or continually tormenting you.
So I like how you talking to you. So you mean you go hear voices? Right. See, so if you hear voices, right, you hear voices, so that means that's something externally that you're dealing with. But don't nobody hear these voices but you. See, that's what I'm saying. Like let's say when he say Jesus supposed to be led up in the wilderness by the Spirit, it said, and he out here in the wilderness, out in the desert somewhere, having a conversation. Just like if you ride up and down Davis Avenue when it was really percolating, you might see folks that's hallucinating on or some kind of hallucinogenic drug or something, walking around talking to themselves. So Mooney said that people don't want to be identified as mentally ill, but we will say I'm dealing with something. Don't worry about that. Lay it down. I ain't studying. Go ahead, Julia.
Well, first of all, I think it's a huge stigma in the African American community with mental illness because, people are the other persuaded. Caucasian people, they deal with their problems all kind of ways. And there's a stigma, particularly in church. I've been in church 33 years, my whole life. right. And some mental illness in church that people need to deal with, and they try to deal with it, you know, other ways. But your spiritual leader, your advisor, your counselor only take you so far. If there's something wrong with the way you process information, or if there's a chemical imbalance, something that's not right, you can have Jesus and medicine. And I think that that is the issue that we have in African.
Say that again. You have what?
I think you can be saved still in medicine. I think so.
And take it if you need.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because what? See, one guy hung out with Jesus. After Jesus was gone, which is Luke, he was a physician.
Right.
So it's evident that the whole community got involved with the cure-all. See, Luke got so enamored, fascinated with all the stuff he saw Jesus doing, so he was like, wow, man, I got to take up with these guys. And so he was a doctor, so yeah. But you get sometimes, it may be a point of, would you say, embarrassment, to say, I need some help.
Right.
What's wrong with talking to somebody?
Correct.
And most times, we always talk to all the wrong people. Why you think that? What's wrong with talking?
Right.
Because most times when people internalize stuff, that's when it gets worse instead of getting better. Then you formalize opinion because you live it from the inside out instead of the outside. You start thinking everybody judging you. You know, that could be a form of mental illness. You know, to the point where you want to kill yourself. That's what. How do you get to that place? I mean, somebody help me with that.
Well, I think that a lot of that is not dealing with. I worked in mental illness for years, and I hear what he's saying. A lot of it, I think, is culturally, as a race. We're dealing with things. We were mostly taught to pray, and we were also taught that, don't talk to anybody. We don't tell our business. We pray about it. That's how we was taught. And when I worked at a particular place, the African American attendance was very low. So I was asked, the parents, why don't you bring your kids to counseling or whatever? And it's like, well, we talk. You pray about it, or you don't tell those like about your business. So part of it is just culture. And a lot of them don't want the stigma. They don't look at it as I'm going to talk to somebody else. They look at it as everybody's going to think I'm crazy, something is wrong. They don't really call it nothing, they just call it crazy. Crazy. So they look at it as it's going to be a stigma. We have some people that we work with that, I don't think that's really appropriate for all of them, but community mental health center, because you will get that stigma. But there are other resources that you can go to, like Catholic social services, family counseling, your pastor. There's other resources, but a lot of people don't utilize it, or they just think they don't get the help that they need because they think it is something that they are sick.
But you already have a lady. Think about it.
Right.
If you taking your medicine, you get your bed, the pharmacist and everybody know what they give you.
Right.
So they know what it's for. And, but
When they start feeling better, they stop taking medicine. So they got another one.
But now, see, y'all going to the crazy part. I'm just talking about how do you get to the place where stuff has gotten so bad, or you want to eliminate yourself.
I think whenever they feel like they've done everything that they can do, they feel like I think when they feel like they've tried everything.
Move your camera around, brother, because we need to see these folks. And they're looking at me.
I think
you have to take it off the tripod now. I guess. What you say to say that again?
I think when they feel like they've tried everything, like the medicine, the doctors, and everything that they feel like they can do, I think that's when they say, you know what, I give up.
They lose hope.
Well, not, it ain't just people mentally ill. Y'all keep talking like it's just crazy folks. I'm talking about what about these folks who say, oh, I'm so in love, I can't live without this woman or this man, and they kill themselves. See, that's what I'm talking about.
That was scared.
Yeah, come in, come in, kid, I'm killing here.
I feel like it's an isolation type of thing, where the person feels like that they have no other hope, they have no other arena for them to be able to experience life to the full. So without that person has brought joy to their life. So that person leaves, and let's just say they came from a background of a family that was disconnected, so they have nothing else that they're connected to, and then this issue happens with a person that meant so much to them. So now all hope is gone, all is lost. You know, jump off a bridge. You know, because I can't see where to get out. I can't see how to get out. I don't see wherever I am right now.
Well, help me with this. How people get that far? How you get that far with somebody? Come on through backyard. How you get that far with somebody?
You get that far because you, like I said, it's an isolation. You don't have any friends because let's just say, for example, you were stigmatized as being crazy when you were younger, or let's just say that you were fat, or you had acne, or you just didn't fit in with the in crowd. So now you're isolated, you're cast out from being with everybody who is popular, and now you meet someone who is this special person to you that gives you all of this attention that you never thought that you would get, and this person gets taken away, and so now what are you left with?
Well, no, they didn't get taken away, they left.
Well, to them, they don't know that they left. They don't care about why. They just know that they're not there anymore, and they were the ones who brought this sunshine or smile or whatever to their life. And so now, what do? I didn't have anything before, so I have nothing that I'm connected to. So I was only connected to this person. I'm not connected to anything else. I can't see which way to go. I don't have this person brought a car in my life. This person helped me get a job. This person helped me to get to where I am now. What do? I don't know anything about going to church and getting somebody to help me.
When you talk about church,
I don't know anything about going to anybody. Not just church. I don't know anything about
Can I ask this question?
Sure.
How you let somebody isolate you so you don't have no other social activities, nobody else in your life?
Sometimes you just isolate yourself because
Just dialogue.
because of how your life has gone. I was fat, I was, acne, I didn't have the joy, I didn't have joy. I didn't have what everybody else had, and so now I'm secluded from that, all the rest of what's going on in life. I just put myself in a box. Well, I can't be over here with them, so I'm gonna be right here with me. I'm gonna be by myself. I ain't worried about nobody else. But you, in turn, you don't really know how to just be by yourself, so now you got stuff going on in your mind. I'm just by myself. I'm just all alone. I just don't know what to do next. Then here come Bob or Sue, and they come and they show you a good time. And then all of a sudden Bob or Sue say, well, you know what,
I'm tired of you, I'm going to the next.
I'm gone on. Right. And now that leaves you with what to do. You didn't know what to do before Bob or Sue came along.
Well, what were you doing before Bob?
I just told you, I was isolated. I isolated myself because I didn't fit in.
So what happened? You did what?
I isolated myself because I did not.
So what happened? You did what?
I isolated myself because I did not.
So what happened? You did what? I isolated myself.
Right. Because I didn't fit in.
Now that's a general question. How many of y'all had that? How many of y'all might have been little children?
Oh yeah.
So you growing up, I don't know about your neighborhood, but in my neighborhood, you just had to get some tough skin.
But see, everybody don't get tough skin. So if I had a big nose, I'm just telling you how it is. Because I dealt with the same issue. I didn't have, say I had a big nose. Like I hear you talk about this sometimes. so-and-so janked you because you had a big nose, or you had a receding hairline, or you walk funny. Yeah, thank you. You walk funny.
Yeah,
So
don't talk
now,
about your mama, so your mama got one sock longer than the other.
so now you don't get tough skin because you just go into a bubble because you don't know how to get tough skin. You never knew how to jank back. I ain't never know
So
how
you
to
took
jank.
a
First of all, I didn't know how to jank back. I didn't know how to jank back. So what I did was I just found a friend. There was somebody who was on my same level. And so me and that person, we hung out together. And they wasn't all the way right. So then they would say, because they had issues. So me and another person with issues, we friends. And she telling me about what she got going on. And I'm telling her about now we buddies. But something happened to Said Free. Now I'm all alone again. Nobody there. Said friend had her own issues.
And so that's a love because you isolated yourself to make you want to kill yourself.
If you don't know how to deal with it.
I'm trying to help. What's that
I
called?
said if you don't know how to deal with it. I mean, because some people might not even have the same upbringing. So that loss, because you found this one person that you can confide in, tell all your secrets and everything. And now that they're gone, you have nobody. Some people might not be able to turn to, Jesus. Somebody might not have, parents.
We know about Jesus. Jesus on shit.
Some people might not have, the right resources.
Hold on, mother got it. Mother raised her hand, but she raised it twice. So now the problem is the personal isolation. So how do I overcome the personal isolation where I feel like because I'm different? Now everybody in this room, in this space right here, right now, we are all different.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
Because nobody can force you to come out of it. You can't get into the mind of that isolate yourself. But if they're willing, then it opens the door
Yes, ma'am.
where they'll talk to somebody like you said, or make themselves known. So they have to be willing to come out of the isolation first. And if they're not willing, it doesn't matter what you do or what you say to them.
And if they don't want to change their mindset either. Right. See, then I think sometimes we have to be willing to face our own idiosyncrasies, you know what I mean? And take ownership of stuff. A lot of times, we just don't want to own up to stuff. You know? We don't want to be accountable, personally accountable for just stuff, you know, decisions or choices. Go ahead, Tammy. I'll pop that.
Bishop, can you clarify the question for us latecomers?
It
wasn't a question, it was.
We've been on a journey. Right, we just ended up here. We started with mental illness, and then somehow when they started talking about, like, it made it sound like just people that were crazy on medicine, surgery bound, were killing themselves. I said, no, let's move it more to something a little bit more interpersonal. You know, let's say you just kill yourself because somebody left your life.
I caught the very end of it more so, but I think a lot of it too has to deal with rejection. We're dealing with a society of people that cannot accept the word no. Society has changed as a whole in the last 20 years, 30 years from the time that we grew up, you know, and I think personally, as you said a moment ago, there has to be some responsibility as well as accountability for your actions. It's not always mama's fault. Right. It's not always daddy's fault. At some point, you got to look at the man in the mirror. Amen. And do what God says. Let every man examine himself. Amen. But in order to do that, you have to reach a certain level of maturity. Mm-hmm. Because that's why when you look at the youth, they're so quick to react without understanding that when you make decisions, decisions that literally change people's lives. What happens is, once you make that decision and you decide just, I can go kill somebody and think there's no repercussions for it, or if I can just go and commit suicide and that's going to resolve all my issues, then that's a problem. Because at some point, you got to look at yourself. What did I do? And even if it was not your fault, that's when forgiveness has to step in and say, well, Lord, there's nothing I could do about what happened, because I think a lot of people are still dealing with childhood issues that have lingered on into the adulthood. And when you go into, if you go into church, and if you allow God,
Jesus church on the shelf. Jesus church on the shelf.
But once you make the decision to look at yourself.
See, the reason why I want to leave them on shelves because we want you to face you.
Absolutely. Well, and that goes back to what I said earlier. You got to at some point look at yourself. You got to examine yourself. You got to resolve your issues that you had for so long, because you have a lot of adults still battling childhood issues that are lingering on into their relationship.
Give me a childhood issue.
Well, not only that. You got
sexual abuse.
Absolutely. Sexual abuse, physical abuse.
Neglect.
Absolutely.
Mental abuse.
Absolutely.
You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm taking something in. I didn't see me. I didn't realize people so sensitive.
Yeah.
Yes, Charles. I didn't realize. People, it's like from what I'm hearing, everybody got their feelings that they go right here on their shoulders. And I'm walking around in life, man. I'll tell you, I did not know.
Yeah, you've been thugging and everybody else been talking like, it's been
sensitive. But why you think you're so sensitive? But now I can understand. Let's say, like you say, some type of abuse. But now, in my, like y'all said, this is environmental.
Yeah. It is.
When my dad and them talk to you, that's just how they talk. Well, I didn't know it was abusive. I didn't know it was abusive until they started calling labeling it. Everybody in the mouth just about. Sit your so and so, get over here. Didn't I tell you something? I ain't know that was abuse.
But Bishop, with that being said.
Well, now I ain't talking about not touching you sexually and all that kind of, like I was saying. Now that's a violation of deep trust.
Right.
And
with your children.
Absolutely, and I guess I can talk about it from a medical perspective because I've been in it for so many years. And what you see is a lot of issues, a lot of issues concerning childhood related issues. It is still festering in relationships.
Right.
So until you grow up, decide to forgive, and begin to make your own mark on life, and begin to turn the tables, regardless of what has happened to you in your childhood. Because I'm telling you, there are still a lot of adults that I have been mentored and counseled, and they are still battling those scars.
Well, how can we help them get through those childhood thoughts? You know what I mean? How can I help you get out of this place you stuck in? Because apparently what you're saying is stuck.
Yeah, a lot of them are.
So that means I'm going to have to face up to the issue?
Yes.
I'm going to have to deal with the issue?
Yes.
I'm going to have to confront it? Then I got to move on.
Absolutely.
And I cannot continue to revisit it over and over and over again.
Absolutely.
Over and over and come back to the same. How can it heal? And I keep pulling the scab off of it.
Absolutely.
Yes, ma'am. Talk about it.
We don't have enough people in our society. Or we have a one-on-one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, ma'am.
It's not, I'm gonna say, we got enough people, but it's not enough people that pay attention.
Or that even care.
And wants to care about a person like that, one-on-one.
Or you, like I say, like I'm saying, I'm walking around, I'm serious, I'm pleading. I just did not know. And I'm being totally candid with you. That people just that sensitive. I had no earthly idea that people walk around just insensitive. And then I'm telling you, whatever it is, you need to personally deal with it. Because it's holding you up. Go ahead, man.
It's just the fact of having resources. You know, the parents knowing that your child is going, it's an issue here, and basically knowing what to do. You know, parents, no matter what color you are, don't know how to deal with certain scenarios. So we try to reach out to the pastor, doctors, to try to find out what the right result is. Try to fix whoever is going through something. I mean, I'm speaking on someone probably from the outside, looking at someone going through something. So it's trying to find the right resources, trying to find the right avenue to help that person.
It was sort of like, what that brings to mind when you said that about resources is, when I was raising my children, my mom would say, you have to raise each one according to their own character. So I can't take that, I can base my foundational teachings of my children off of their behavior. So I can say, well, you're gonna get a whooping if you do something wrong. But let's see what that thing was. Let's talk about it before we just go ahead and give you a whooping.
Right.
So we're gonna talk about it. Now, this one over here, one child may be okay after the conversation is over with. They learn from it, and so actually that child don't need it. Instead of it just being general across the board, everybody get a whooping. This child may just need a good happy talking to, or a good,
Level across the board.
See what I'm saying? Even in our extended families, everybody get a whooping.
See, that's exactly what we had.
The good suffer with the bad, everybody get a whooping.
What we had to do was, we had that situation, that type of discipline had to evolve. So you had to look at, okay, well, this child right here, he don't look like he gonna need another whooping. He just maybe need a good talking to. And this one over here, you may be able to cuss him out real good, and he gonna be okay.
Not cussing, man.
So that's, I'm just.
The best honor that they put on me, I'm just gonna tell you the truth. It was the whooping and the cussing and all the talking all at the same time.
Why they beating, they cussing and talking.
I guarantee you, do this. No. See, they ain't call that abuse.
No.
That's right, but
Go ahead, man.
I think that, and for the medical mistakes, I think, the lady said a lot of, really good things. When someone is mentally ill, I don't mean like this behavior issue or just whatever. When they're clinically diagnosed, they have a disease. And whether it's a parent or a family member or the person themselves, you have to treat it just like it's a disease. Whether it's diabetes or cancer, you're gonna have people that do like you say, that's what you're dealing with. There's something in the brain or some part of their body or them that's not functioning at a regular level.
Absolutely.
And so what we do, we deal with things on the back end instead of being proactive with it. You know, if Junior ain't taking his medicine, he's not gonna quite be himself because there's a chemical in his brain that's not making him not himself. And so we have those issues. In adult life, I mean, if everybody raised their hand, you've been on the brink of depression before, or you've been feeling not yourself, and we don't have those types of conversations.
Can you explain to me brink of depression?
You have been depressed. I went through depression when I lost my dad, and I spoke to somebody. I said, I'm not feeling like myself, and she explained to me that you can have stimulant depression. Something can cause you to feel depressed. It's not the same thing as being clinically depressed. Like the sun shines, you feel bad. That's a problem. But not feeling like yourself because of the issue you're dealing with. She told me I don't need medicine. I'm okay. You're gonna go through the phases and you're fine. But those are conversations we don't have.
Absolutely. And it's not widely accepted. It's not widely accepted in our community. It's really not widely accepted.
Which part is not widely?
Mental illness. Mental illness is not widely accepted in our community.
Now this is gonna be a good humor. All y'all crazy black folks, you gonna tell me. I said it's gonna sound like humor. Maybe it will. This folks is crazy. I demand.
I'm telling you, a lot of us will not go to the doctor. We can know things are happening, but I'm telling you, we won't go to the doctor.
But do you think medication is best?
Not necessarily all the time, but there still needs to be some form of an evaluation.
Right.
To substantiate what the problem may or may not be.
And get to the root.
You have to get to the root.
But now once we get to the root, now we're not talking about like like Jaleel was talking about somebody like, I would say, I'm gonna call it in terms of civilian.
Right.
You know, when they pass the stages where they not cognizant.
Yes.
Because now I personally believe that they can super medicate you so that we can't reach
Oh,
you.
absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
See, and I need to be able to reach you. See, past the clinical.
Absolutely.
Because even past clinical, it's another click, it's another level in there.
Absolutely.
But if I can just get you to come forward and acknowledge some stuff that you know you privy to,
Yeah.
and you may be part of,
Yeah.
and admit my part in it, then I'm serious, I can move
Oh,
on.
absolutely. That's true.
But it's just like I was saying
But
earlier.
then you gotta wanna be like you said, brother. You gotta wanna be free. You gotta wanna be free. And you can't. Once I say I'm free, I can't keep going back.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I can't talk to people about the same old junk over and over again. And see, the reason why we bury stuff to bring closure. Notice we bury it. We didn't plant it. It should be a different mentality between burying and planting.
Absolutely.
When I plant something, I'm expecting a harvest. When I bury something, I'm
Yes.
and some things people need to bury, don't even put a mark on.
Amen.
That's
Amen.
right. Absolutely.
See, because I mark stuff that I want to revisit.
Yeah.
Bring my mama flowers, bring my daddy flowers.
Yeah.
But other stuff in my life, all the hard places, some of the stuff that you keep talking about, you just bury it.
Yeah.
And put it in the woods, don't put a mark on it, and maybe plant a tree on it out there. So the stars, you can't even recognize where
Amen.
it goes.
Absolutely.
Did you what, Michael?
Yeah. Write it out, the feelings, whatever happened to them, and they burn it. Do away with it. Some people don't realize that they can be free. That's right. But sometimes I come into contact with people that suppress, and sometimes they.
You tell them they can be free.
Yes, I do. And sometimes they just say your smile, just made my day. But it's what they've been around. They haven't been around anybody that can say, you know what, get over this, talk about it, and don't really put it away. They have a distance. It's in a lot of cases like started with the grandma, went to the mom, and then went to the child. It's like generations.
And somebody in the generation that brings up say, this is it. It's over.
Right.
Absolutely.
Right.
Generational
It stops
curses broken.
Right here.
Here.
Absolutely.
Amen.
So I think I tell them to stop here, doesn't have to go.
Unless you let it.
Right. But you have to. You have to make that choice. But it's, you know, they don't hear that every day. Like if you go to a clinical counselor, how they gonna hear that? And they use other techniques. They're not gonna come from that.
But now watch it. You watch that technique, I guarantee you it's tied to, even though it's become clinical and scientific now, it's tied to spiritual. See, because ultimately, like I told y'all when I gave you the 2 cases both times, we're dealing with stuff in the spirit.
Absolutely.
I think that's one thing that we have to become cognizant of, is that a lot of stuff is just spiritual.
That's true.
It's just spiritual.
Here, really, very spirited. Here, so they can quote scriptures, and I mean,
Well, Satan can quote.
a lot of them say they
But that's the medicine.
And then I think that we have to be careful not to take an across the board approach, like I said earlier, in this area. Medically, to say everybody who is depressed or everybody who is politically depressed or whatever, that they all need medicine and they all need this kind of medicine.
And then, I'm gonna tell you something else, we gotta watch the system itself.
Right.
Because the first thing they wanna do is put your child on medication.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
And once that starts, the cycle doesn't stop.
Absolutely.
It's good that we having this conversation. I think one of the things when we leave, how do we leave? Are we a better person because of the dialogue? I think not. I think it starts. I think it helps to be able to regurgitate some of the feelings that you have inside. But what I really want, we need the resources to help us move forward. We don't have the skill sets. And that's one word that I kept looking for someone to say. We don't have the skill sets to deal with the issues with your home, your family, your finances, all these things that may cause depression. And so how do we get the skill sets that we need to move forward? And so it's going to be a multitude of answers because each person is individual. I think what we talked about, what may work for you may not work for this person. And so that doesn't mean what she's saying
It's wrong.
is wrong.
Right.
And so how do we provide the skill sets that you need personally to excel? And so the dialogue is, I think, is great. We talk about it, but I hope that we all look and find the resources that we need to help us move forward and be a more healthier person.
One way I feel like that can occur is not to all, let's say, I'm using black men, not to always look at going to the doctor as being a negative thing. Because there are things that you can learn from them, and then also being specific about your treatment. To say, well, I'm going to include my pastor, or I'm going to include someone who I may not know exactly what to do, but I feel like this person will take a friend so that they can be able to help me walk through this process instead of me walking it by myself. So, and a lot of times that's not what occurs. What occurs is that I isolate myself, as I said earlier, and I do it alone. Or the white folks just want to do this, or the white folks just want to do that. No, it's not always that they just want to do. You have to also be accountable for yourself. My grandma used to always say, make yourself a committee of one. So I have to make myself a committee of one to say, I want help, I need help, and I'm going to get help.
There go your takeaway. That's what we were saying. Number one, I got to become accountable for myself. My own actions. And things that may have occurred that's holding me back. Then I have to seek the opportunities for the resources. Because in many cases, we sit here with counselors that have goals and say, hey, we doing this on a day-to-day basis, but trying to find and get our people to participate.
Absolutely.
Is where we got to start influxing and let them know that these resources are available and it's okay to get some help.
Absolutely.
And one thing,
Absolutely.
It's okay to get some help.
Absolutely.
Don't be running around here stressed out and don't go try to talk to somebody.
And add one more thing, talk to the right somebody.
Yes.
I must and talk to the right somebody. And if you are unaware of what to do, I don't know if it's true or not, but I know a lot of people have people that have some type of medical knowledge or nursing experience or something in their community. If it's a cousin or whoever, access the people that you know have the knowledge. You know, you want to access those people, you know, because you may not know. You just may not know, and we all perish for lack of knowledge, right? So our job for ourselves is to become
and that was
informed.
the was at
Yes.
the resources.
Yes.
How do we, you know?
Absolutely.
So I have to seek out the resources. Then stuff like this, just short dialogue like this, we ever have another one? Hopefully it'll increase. Then popularity.
Yeah.
And people, hey man, they talk about some issues over here and some stuff that can help some folks. And there's people in the room that you might be able to get a card from after they get through. They can channel you in the right direction. And just because people are open enough to say, hey man, I had some problems, I went through this, I went through that, and the cycle started right there.
Absolutely.
Go ahead,
Well, one of the things also is that I think what a lot of people don't understand, especially as Afro-Americans, is that through your job, there's always a program that's called the employment program, the employee program assistance, and they give you 5 sessions free.
Right.
And you can start through that. You try to channel and try to find out what you need, who you need to talk to, how you need to do it, because it's available for people that have drug addictions, for alcoholism, it's for divorce, it's for anything that your family, even family counseling.
Yes.
You have 5 free. And anything after that, of course, you know, if you want to continue on, you pay for it out of your pocket. But it's it's not talked about. It's like on the hush hush. But
there's
those
a lot of stuff we don't talk about.
Right.
People don't talk about, hey, I got some problems with the IRS, can you help me?
Right.
You stressed out, been around to lose everything when all you had to do is open
Your mouth. Yes, Lord.
I need some help. I'm going through something. Ask somebody. Who can I go see? And then, like you say, don't be ashamed. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, I need some help. I need to talk to somebody.
And that applies to everybody, because a lot of times it's like we were talking earlier, when you said that you didn't know. And
That people walk around here this system. I did.
Thugs are sensitive too. So thugs need help too. Everybody.
You heard that food thing? My security slid in here on y'all ain't even.
The whole goal is for everybody to feel love and be loved.
Right.
So in order for us to be able to do that, we have to each one reach one.
Right.
Amen.
So we're gonna get a t-shirt that says hug the thug. But I'm serious, and I'll be in Canada. I just didn't know that, and I guess because when you grow up, man, I guess in the environment, you've always developed tough skin. The world is hard. The world is real hard. I mean, I used to tell my son, hey, listen, man, slap that concrete right there. So that's what it is out there on the street. The street's just that hard. It don't give, it don't move, ain't no cushion in it. You hit it, it's hard. So, and I imagine growing up that kind of mentality, growing up, you'd be a little hard and stuff. You can't afford to be sensitive. That's something we all got to get over. Being sensitive. Everybody's different. Everybody's built different. And you're fearfully wonderfully made. And the master wanted you all the same, he made you all the same. He made it okay. He likes variety and difference.
All right.
Yeah, we through, basically. I was just saying, I'm going. Thank y'all for coming. Maybe long else come back one day. Thank you, sir. Thank you.